So I'd done all of that, and then I reached this point where I was 32 when all of this shit sort of kicked off, and I was like, and at that point I'd realised that like I'm too late to join the 27 club, and then I discovered that for comedians there's a 33 club. All the famous comedians die at the age of 33. It's great, like well, it's not great, it's horrible, but you know. You know what I mean? It's true, and all of my big heroes, Bill Hicks, John Belushi, Chris Farley, Jesus, all 33 when they died. And I think Jesus' comedy work has been forgotten. Mostly because stand-up as an art form works much better spoken than it does written down. I think that's the big drawback with that. You know, if you just read Michael McIntyre's Mandraw bit, it's a bit shit unless you go and add in the bobbly head and the, you ever noticed? You know, that bit. Just as an example of this, if you go back to the Bible, read the Sermon on the Mount in the voice of Peter Kay, it's fucking hilarious. How blessed are the meek. Loaves and fish. Am I hearing you right? And my favourite bit where he won't walk on water because it's spitting. It's great. And so I thought that this was going to happen, and then and because like I'm massively sort of, well, I say I'm self-centered. What I am technically is a self-hating narcissist, which seems like a really odd contradiction. It means a lot of time I spend thinking I should probably kill myself, but I don't want to deprive everyone else of my presence. You know what I mean? I should kill myself, but I'm thinking of you guys by not doing it. You know what I mean? You deserve to have me here, and well done on that. Also, well done on being a great audience, right? Because I did this show at the Edinburgh Fringe, right? It was a 5-star show. I got rated 5 stars by various people who appraised it correctly. And when you're doing it at the Edinburgh Fringe, you're doing it in the same room every day for a month, right? So the only thing that changes, it's at the same time, every day, same room. The only thing that changes is the audience. So I know for a fact that this was a 5-star show. What I also know for a fact is that on some dates, I got less than 5-star audiences. I mean, you guys are a 4.5. Like, you're doing great. Like you're doing, some of them were like, on the first night that I did it, I had somebody out, I was flyering for my show, handing out flyers to people for my show. Somebody came up and in a thick German accent went, excuse me, what is this standing-up comedy? I was like, oh, fuck, if you don't know that, then my show's probably not one to start with. Like, oh no, let me take the flyer. I was like, no, you're not taking the fucking flyer, right? You are not having that. You are not coming to... Anyway, they took the flyer. They turned up with about 8 of their family. None of them spoke any English at all. And, like, they made up about 1/3 of the audience. And like, the rest of the audience were, like, a bit quiet and a bit shy. And then the only other member, there's one person sat at the back, and I was like, fuck, they've come on their own. Oh, God, it must be a bit awkward for them. And then I realised when I told a joke and it got absolutely fuck all because no one there understood what I was talking about, the only noise where the laugh should have been was the guy at the back who was writing in his notebook. As it turned out, he was a reviewer. They were a 2-star audience at best. But you guys, you're great, because this is the thing I love about this. Like, the Hot Water Comedy Club's a fantastic club, and I love this club so much. I play here quite a lot, and it's fucking awesome to come here. And one of the things I like about it is it's this little room, like just off the main street, just off the main sort of like party street in Liverpool. And like, what I like is that one day, hopefully, maybe, I'll be playing at Wembley Stadium, right? And I'll look out into the audience and see you guys there. I'm like, fucking hell, I remember them when they were in a little gig in Liverpool, fuck. They have done so well for themselves. I fucking knew it. I knew that they'd go far. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. You guys are great for this. It's lovely. So this is the thing. So I'm like, I got really cocky, right, about reaching 33, because at that point I was like, okay, like, if I'm going to beat, I've not started any world religions, but I reckon I can beat Jesus in living the longest. All I need to do is make it to Good Friday and fucking in your face, right? That's what I'm going to do. 2 days after Christmas, like, it turns out, right, you can't be that hubristic, you can't sort of be that arrogant, because shit will happen to you. 2 days after Christmas, I nearly bled to death in the shower, bless you. And, see, like Jesus. It was good, wasn't it? I'm really fucking impressed with that. I'm glad we're filming this. That is going on my show reel, thank you. This is it, right? Because I got to like 2 days after, like, and bleeding to death in the shower is not a rock and roll way to go. It really isn't. Like, there's like, you know, Kurt Cobain, like overdose on drugs, shooting yourself, any of those sorts of things. Those are big rock and roll ways to go. That is probably the least cool way to go in history. The only person who had a less cool celebrity death than that was Lupe Velez, who you might not have heard of. She was a Hollywood actor in the 40s and 50s. She was known as the Mexican Firecracker. She was married to Johnny Weissmuller, the original Tarzan, right? And she noticed that her star was starting to fade and decided that she wanted to have that that big last push for celebrity notoriety forever, right? And decided she was going to commit suicide, and went out and got her hair done, got her makeup done, got her best gown. She came home, she took a load of sleeping pills, checked that everything was right in the mirror in her bathroom just before she went to bed to lie there so that the photos in the celebrity magazines would be gorgeous. And as she turned, she got her heel caught in her dress, tripped, fell, and got her head stuck in a toilet and drowned. Like that. If you're going for, I'm going to go for the coolest death of all time, and then to do that take some fucking beating. Like, nearly bleeding to death in a shower like that came pretty fucking close, because I was living in a house with a bunch of comedians, which is horrible. There is nothing worse than living in a shared house with comics, because like this is like being in a student house forever. And like where we in our bathroom we had a glass on the edge of the bath, which was full of toothbrushes that had clearly belonged to everyone who'd ever lived in this house since it was built, and that no one was ever going to throw out, right? And so I was like, I'm not going anywhere fucking near that, right? And I went to wrap my towel around myself after a shower one day, and as I did so, it knocked the glass off the bath into the bath where it shattered, right? I looked down and was like, that was close, that could have really cut me. Took a step out of the bath, looked down and went, oh no, it did. As I realised that the whole of the bathroom floor was covered in blood, right? And I had a quick look round to see if there's anything I could use to mop it up. As I turned around, I found 2 Q-tips, 2 little cotton buds. I'm going, well, that is clearly not enough. I'm going to need to get some help. So I knocked on my flatmate's door. He came running to the door, opened the door, and I'm stood there with a towel wrapped around me going, I think I've cut myself. Right, at which point I passed out, like dropped the towel, like hit the deck. There is nothing more embarrassing than having to be rescued naked on your landing. Like to this day, I've no idea why he was naked, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was, I don't know if it was meant to be comforting or something. It wasn't. It was fucking distracting. It's like a cat toy. Like, get that out of my face. Right.